Good morning. We are still in Haikou in Hainan, China, and the sun continues to beat down. We were kind of told it was rainy season, we were going to get lots of rain. The first day it rained. Next 3 days have just been absolutely stonking. In fact, too hot. And I live in Malaysia, where hot is the thing. This is hotter. This is absolutely where you out heat. Anyway, we're going for a morning walk in the park. Very nice park. Just across the road from my hotel. I kind of know what I want to do this morning, but I don't know the right direction. And if I start going the wrong direction, I'm going to get hot and bored and give up with it. My plan, I think, is to get over there. So I guess I need to be across that side of this little bridge. I'm trying to see if what happened, if there's anything out there. So it's not as easy as popping over to Thailand, where English is widely spoken. Here there's more than just that. Obviously you have the fact that a lot of the products that you use on your telephone to get around don't work here unless you have a VPN, and this is where those successful vloggers put in an advert for NordVPN or something else, Hollyfly I suppose, something like that. No, Hollyfly is an eSIM, but we haven't got one of them either. Oh, there's that thing, let's talk about that. So I live in Malaysia, or I stay in Malaysia, and my telephone is through, it used to be through Digi, now it's through Digi-Cellcom or Cellcom Digi, which just basically means it's a bigger company. But I looked at Hollyfly just to like, oh okay, we're going OC. Let's check out the difference. Hollyfly against roaming with my Malaysian card. There's no competition. I'm doing 14 days roaming for I think about 20 quid. And I think Hollyfly wanted about 70 euros. I mean, fuck that. So I'll stick with Cellcom Digi. I have no complaints about it at all. It's absolutely exceptional. The service, the quality, everywhere we travel. They've got roaming for loads of countries and it's such good value. So I won't be doing a Hollyfly advert for anybody soon. Not that they can ask me. But VPN, yeah, if anyone wants me to do a VPN advert. Nord. One for Malaysians. On our Touch and Go, as you know, you have Alipay, or the ability to pay in certain places with Alipay. Now I had the situation yesterday trying to pay a street vendor for some particularly greasy but very tasty but very greasy and therefore I could eat too much of it food. And Alipay, like, I mean the messages are fairly quick too. It's like, this vendor does not accept this card, add a new card. I'm like, fuck that. What I've done, I've got so many things going on here. So anyway, what we did, I thought, okay, well we'll try Touch and Go's version of Alipay. So I clicked on Touch and Go, went to pay, Touch and Go. So cool. I mean, my whole Touch and Go wallet, obviously it knows I'm in China, so my whole Touch and Go wallet, instead of showing how much money I've got in it in ringgit, showed me how much I got in it in Chinese yuan. Anyway, I paid her with Touch and Go, no problem. Absolutely beautiful. And it tells you what you're paying in ringgit, so you know what you paid. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Wise. I'm going to talk about Wise card again. Again, another, not sponsored. But I love my Wise card. So what I did before I came here was I opened an account with Alipay, I opened an account with WeChat or Wishing or whatever they call it here. But I use my Wise card. Now, I'm going to sit down for this bit. We need to concentrate. And also I need a rest because it's hot. Now I'm sure there are other cards that do this. I'm not claiming this is the only card that does it, but this is the card I have. It's the card I have access to. Plus of course I live in Malaysia, but I'm from the UK. And getting physical cards is much harder for me. They have to get sent to my sister's house or my mother's house. Then they have to get sent safely to me here, which can be an issue. So yeah, I'm happy using non-physical cards. My son has my physical card in Brunei, which he was meant to bring when he visited us last week, and he forgot. So I'm doing this all on virtual cards. Now I have one virtual card which I use for pretty much everything. It's connected to my Touch and Go account. No, my Grab account. It's connected. Yeah, it's connected to my Touch and Go account, I think, as well. That's an emergency thing I can put money in it with, and I can transfer money like almost instantly from the UK to Malaysia very quickly, which is great, into my Malaysian account. So it's all good for that. But what I did here was I made, another virtual card, and I just labelled it for China trip. And so for things like WeChat and Alipay, and any other things I need to do here involving a card, which won't be physical cards, so it's only like if I want to use something as a card payment thing, then that card is it. The minute I leave China, I can just shut that card down, or I can just pause it, which is great. And then when I come back, if I come back, I can just unpause it, whether it be 6 months down the road or a year down the road, doesn't matter. And while I'm here, I've paused my main Wise card, so that's frozen, can't be touched. My physical Wise card, that's frozen, can't be touched. It's just so easy. I think my bank's kind of getting to the stage now where you can freeze your card online, but like I can do it in seconds with Wise, and going into my bank account is just such a pain in the arse. So that's it. Anyway, Hainan, Haikou. There are other places, that sort of centres that you can visit here. Sanya is meant to be like the main beach resort kind of area. But as my wife said yesterday, we're not going to go and sit on the beach in this heat. I live in Malaysia. I walk around Malaysia all the time. I burnt myself. My head is exploding with heat. I burnt myself the first day I came out on the park. The heat is just a different thing. I know it's not a lot difference. Malaysia we get up to 32, but here it's 32, 33, 34. One day's 35, which I think is today. It's going to be 35. It's just mental. Absolutely mental. Couldn't be doing that. Anyway, so that means we don't want to do too much walking around. The other thing is probably time. I don't think I've left enough time now to make it worth our while to go to Sanya, because it would be like a 2-day, 1 night, but 2 days would mean we'd have to get up really stupid early in the morning to get there in the early afternoon, or we leave at like early afternoon and get there early evening, and then the next day you got to come home again. So you know, I haven't really done enough time for it, so it might be that we need to do another trip here, but kind of head straight there. Okay, so I've walked around the park, but not all the way around, like part of the way around to get to this bridge, what I wanted to do. I just want to see what's over here, if anything exciting. We've got some boats parked up down there. We looked to see if there was like a river or sea dinner cruise, but there's a cruise, but there's no dinner. We wanted to sort of bit of romance, you know, sitting on a boat eating a lovely meal. Don't seem to have one yet, which is a very entrepreneurial Chinese. There's a bit of a hello, bit of a letdown. Anyway, here we go. The water isn't filthy. It smells a little bit, but it definitely isn't filthy. I've definitely seen much worse in many places, including the UK, I would say. Right, so the kids down there on roller skates. You can see that. The roller skate gang. There we go. They're ready to take on the next Olympics and win more golds for China. That's what they do. Good at shit. Put the money into it and train. Get them there early. There is a ferry port further along where we went to yesterday, which was the International Duty Free Centre, which is this massive building. This should be, it's the biggest indoor duty free in the world. Completely boring unless like you're a slave to brand names and a sucker to pay ridiculous prices for things. Then there's no interest whatsoever. I would not recommend going out there if you haven't got a shitload of money to spend, because to see it's just like, it's not even good window shopping, because you know, you can't walk around and think, oh yeah, I like that, I'll buy that. You can't buy anything. It does get a bit cheaper on the higher floors, a bit different things, but ain't worth the point, ain't worth the effort really. Right, there's a checkpoint there, so I guess I'm not going in that way. Alibaba. Oh, Xiaomi. Looks like quite a few companies are out here, or are they shops? I don't know. Right, well this looks like it's I think it's the university, so I don't think I can go out there. Checking people in and out on cars. So I guess we're not going that way. I don't know what misconceptions there are in the West about China. But let me tell you this. It's clean. Really clean. There ain't much rubbish on the streets at all, I promise you that. So clean. You have a look around. It's clean. And it's better maintained than I expected. It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. I'm liking this area, by the way, where I'm just sitting. It's because it's nice and cool and I can watch the world go by. So I'll tell you the story. We're in a place called, well, we didn't know what it was called till we came in. And it's called something like Golden Pigeon King. Golden Pigeon King. We were looking for duck, because we fancy a bit of duck. And on the picture outside, there was they have these kind of, lots of places here have chickens when it's a dead chicken and it's got its head looking up towards the sky. But as my wife said to me, those necks are too long to be ducks and the beaks are too long, which makes me wonder what kind of freaking pigeons they've got here as well. Anyway, turns out we're in a place that does pigeon. My wife's like, I don't want pigeon. But I thought, fuck it, I'm going to give it a go. So we're going for, I'm not going for a full-on pigeon, I'm going for skewered pigeon. Skewered pigeon bits, so sauté pigeon if you like, without the peanut, no doubt. And we're having, what else are we having? Oh, something spare ribs.
We'll know when we get it, darling.
Something spare ribs, some beef thing.
Probably a spare rib of pigeon.
Some beef thing. I've got a Xing Chow, and she's got a Budweiser. And a
very interesting looking tea.
And a very interesting, oh my god, very interesting looking tea, which I'll take a photo of and put on the screen. So, the whole idea of this trip, food-wise, China we know has good food. And again, we're in the same mall that we've been in 2 out of the 3 nights. But that's because I've been working all day editing and doing stuff. My wife's been doing artwork in a bookshop coffee place called Sissy Fei, which is absolutely perfect. Lovely coffee, very comfortable, perfect working conditions. I'm having a problem. I want to upload videos, however, if I connect to the Wi-Fi in the shop, I can't use a VPN. And if I can't use a VPN, I can't connect to YouTube, so I can't upload videos. I can upload videos of my telephone roaming because I can run a VPN then, but I don't have enough bandwidth enough, because I've only got 3 gigabytes of usage every day, so that's got to take me for maps and for buying things and for everything else. So we're probably going to save all of the videos up until we get to Bangkok. I booked a hotel in Bangkok
took a hell of a lot of finding, going through the hotels on Trip, finding one which, a little tip, if you're on Trip, which is trip.com, which I always book my hotels on, if you're on Trip, don't go with the AI summary, start reading the real reviews by people. It's hilarious, but also it's quite telling, because you'll get a 10 out of 10 here, a 10 out of 10 there, and then you'll go down and it'll be like the truth. The carpets are mouldy, the pool is empty, the pool is green, the pool hasn't been cleaned, the beds are hard, the beds are dirty. You'll start getting the real truth, and you've got to then sort of look at the two lots of reports or reviews and sort of see which you think is the truth in the middle of that, because ultimately at top and bottom there'll be some bullshit. You know, if one person has a bad experience with the staff and they put a 0 out of 10, that swings the whole numbers. And if another person's a friend of the staff puts a 10 out of 10, that also swings numbers. You need to find the sort of middle ground, which will be the consensus of quite a lot of people saying the same kind of thing. So we've got 4 nights booked in Thailand, and then we're going to decide what we're doing from there. We've got a few more days here, but we've made a decision not to sort of travel to Sanya or Wanning. If we come back, we will, but we'll kind of need to do it rather than coming here. We'll have to go direct there, so we've got enough time. You know, this place is huge. It's a bit difficult to get around. It's not difficult to get around, taxis, but it's a bit difficult to know where to go. Our first bit of food ride, I'm guessing that is the beef. That looks stunning. And I know I've said this a lot and it gets a bit boring, but sorry. Presentation, that is beautiful. Wow, thank you. That's the ribs, really delicious. Honey, garlic, I would say. I want every bit of meat off of that, it's so blooming delicious. Okay, another winning. No, that is stunning. So much flavour there. I think we have another beer, personally. It's also the first place where we haven't had to pay in advance. We pay at the end. Now the beef comes with, is that celery? My wife said celery. Tastes delicious. That is so cool. Never had beef and celery before. My wife doesn't like celery, but I'm happy to eat that. There's the rice, thank you. We've made a winner here. This is perfect. For all of you guys who for religious reasons won't eat pork, don't worry, I'll eat your share. This is God's greatest gift. God. And the Chinese know how to do it. One other thing I'm going to say, there's a huge language barrier here, and yet the service from the staff is so freaking good. The service from all the staff in all the places we've been to pretty much has been just like off the rails good. Absolutely yummy. I'm sure for all my Malaysian friends who speak Chinese, coming here is an even better experience. But wow. Okay, well our pigeon has arrived. Pigeon on a stick.
I'm a bit worried about which bit of pigeon it is.
Yeah, we don't know what bit of pigeon it is. Could be any bit. I don't really care. Let's go for it. Flavour is great, but the Chinese flavour things anyway, so I don't know what I'm tasting, whether it's the actual pigeon or the flavouring, because that beef.
Choice between that and that, you'd have that every time.
Yeah, but I'm not having to make a choice, and that's delicious. Nothing wrong with this. I'm pretty sure it's my first time eating pigeon, but whatever they wrap it in, whatever they flavour they put it in, and the fries are delish, by the way. Oh my god. What a winning combination today's been. Absolutely fabulous. Rice is just so damn fluffy. All you need is some flavouring from the sauces and you're on a huge winner. Absolutely cannot go wrong winner. Here's the vegetables. Thank you. And finally our vegetables have arrived. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Actually come. Why? How is it so flavourful? You taste that? Delicious. I'm not one to sort of go off on excitement and stuff about things, especially food. I'm so used to being disappointed, but holy shit. This is spectacular. 3 out of our 4 meals have been top notch. All of them been in this mall. The 4th one, which was yesterday, was on the sort of the touristy area. It was okay, but this is far ahead. Oh, hang on. What we got here? Brussels sprout. That's quite chewy, to be honest. That's not a soft Brussels sprout, but the flavour is all there. Oh my god. Okay.
These are hard,
No.
and probably gizzards.
I think they're probably gizzards, but they're nice. Holy shit.
Oh, there's quite mustardy flavour, don't they?
I don't know, they've just got a load of flavour. I don't know. I like the ability, but in fact we have the ability to walk into almost any restaurant, so far seemingly, order random dishes and be blown away. I really am. Right, so Golden Pigeon King, I believe, in Mixi Mall, M-I-X-C Mall, in Haikou, Hainan, China. Stunning, just stunning, fabulous food.